Hi everybody, and welcome to this tutorial where we're going to draw the Trois Quarts portrait. And in this case, it's a male portrait with a little bit of beard. So, not all that easy, but with my help you will manage, of course. And as you can see here, I've taken a reference picture from Pixabay, and the center line is on the Trois Quarts, so 1/4 or 1/3, or let's say the left side is much smaller than the right side. So what you get then is a lot of perspective. So I want to share as much as information with you on how to set up a 3/4 portrait. And you can see me here first trying to figure out where my center line is. And also you can see here that the ears are a little bit lower than the eyes. And that is because our model is looking up a little bit. Now on my Patreon page I am doing a lifetime recording of this drawing, with also adding extra tips for you. So maybe it's something for you to check it out. But let's continue here on the YouTube. This is a little bit fast forwarded, but fully narrated with all the tips in a little smaller tutorial version. Now for the setup I'm using a natural charcoal. So this is not compressed, and natural charcoal is very soft indeed, and you can stir it around a lot. So very ideal for beginners and for making your setup. As you can see, the light is coming from the left top, and in that way it's causing the right side of the Trois Quarts model much darker than the left side. I'm drawing with freehand, and I did 3 pre-studies before I was drawing this, and I need to make even more studies. So we are kind of in the center of our process. And I'm using a toned gray paper. I simply love it. But of course you can also make this drawing with graphite and on white paper if you want. But I've chosen this kind of paper because, and you can see it here, you can see me smudging out when I make a little bit of a mistake. You can just ease off the pigments of the natural charcoal and then draw over it. In that way I am learning from my mistakes. Now the lips are not close to each other, but the mouth is a little bit open. And what I also did is make a study of what lies beneath. So you always want to show a little bit of the construction, the bone structure in your portrait. This makes your portrait more convincing, more 3D, and it also shows that you know, like a building, how this building was built up. So just try to look at the portrait like you would look to a building. What you also see is that the outer contour line is not visible. It's shine upon by the sun or a light source. So when you do not see the outside contour line on the left, don't draw it. So I simply put in the direction of the line of the beard going upwards, and the line of the hair going downwards, and then I do not draw the contour line for the left side. Actually, I'm simply trying to look for light and dark, and in that way trying to make my portrait look a little bit like the left one. But also that you do not want to pressure too much. It's the journey that's important, not the end result, because then you would have to do a lot of measuring and stuff. It is just trying to get that feel of freehand drawing. And what I also do is I take a broad brush that is clean and dry, and then I get rid of all the rubble of the natural charcoal, and you kind of get a blueprint of what you have been drawing. So then it's time to grab your charcoal pencil. Also, if you have it, and I can strongly recommend it, is a pencil eraser. Now you may ask, why are you doing this? Well, it's very easy. The charcoal pencil is a little bit more compressed, so it is darker. You can make a sharp point on it with a sharp knife, of course, and then you can start adding a little bit of detail, making use of your own drawing. So I did that setup with a natural charcoal, then I blurred it out, just seeing my drawing, and then I can start training my brain and my hands to add the little bit of detail. I don't want to add too much detail, because this is still a study. So I do not want to draw in each and every hair and each shadow and glimmer and all that kind of things. But I do get to train and trigger my brain to go over my own drawing. Now I have to look a little bit harder to the reference picture, trying to get a little bit of likeness, and also try to add extra contrast. Now this is a perfect example. That's the ear that is quite standing out in contrast of the darkness of the hair. Now that is the part where a lot of shadow is going on. So I simply try to draw what I see. Immediately you get a little bit more contrast, and your drawing starts to become more interesting to view for your watchers, and makes it kind of lively, more 3D, just by playing around with light and dark. Adding contrast is a little bit more daring. It's like you are saying, well, I don't care, I dare to go darker, I dare to go lighter. So it's also convincing yourself. Now this is the part of the mouth, and I need to study that much more. But what you can see is that the lips are not together, but it's slightly open. And you can look inside the mouth a little bit. Now I've drawn very ugly lines over my reference picture, so they are very in the way, but never mind. I just try to make a convincing drawing, and not caring too much if the likeness is 100%. it's not that important. And I also noticed that drawing beards are very, very difficult indeed. So I will do extra studies for them when I have the time, just taking only a beard and then start drawing beards and beard hair, which is quite different from hair that grows on the head. So I might even make a separate tutorial about it. But still, I love this journey. I love this kind of model. It's fresh. He's looking upwards, so there's a challenge there to get the eyes to look up, the nose that you can look into the nose, because the chin is a little bit forward, not tucked in, but the chin is going upwards and the head is tilted a little bit to the back. As you can see, I'm using my pencil eraser and my charcoal pencil together, and they are like a pair. And what is also very important and a great tip is that you can get cloth on your model, and then if you in this case he is wearing quite a light colored t-shirt, and should you need it, you can always alter the clothes that the model is wearing. And what you can also see is on the right side there's a lot of smudging going on, and I also keep in mind where my light source is coming from, not adding too much detail to the hairs on the head, but just looking for light and dark. And well, the smudgy part on the right, I just leave that in because this is just a study, and I got it very messy. But if you put a little sheet underneath your hand, then you would not get that much of a mess. And well, this is as far as I will draw this model. And of course you can always go darker, get in more contrast, or just simply make another drawing. At least 5 I would suggest. I did 5. I did smaller and bigger drawings just to get started. Hope you liked it. On my Patreon page there is a bucket full of extras, of course. Here I am giving you more explanations. I'm also drawing with a different material. I'm showing what effects you would get when you were drawing with a watercolor pencil or with a charcoal on white, etc., to get convincing images. So if that is of interest of you, then check it out. But for now, I would say good luck on your portrait studies, and I will see you again next Friday.